not going to be like any other video I ever played. So today, well, I ever made, Captain Obvious. But yeah, today I was, doing my school stuff, right? Doing my school things and stuff. And then, like, we did this one thing that we did before lunch called reading rotations, where we switch classes and stuff, and then read or something. Well, my class does reading. Some of the other classes does techies and stuff. But if you use computers and stuff, if you don't know what techies means, but yeah. Bruh. Yo, what's popping, guys? Today we're back, and today's video is going to be like, not going to be like any other video I made. I'm not going to be using the intros and stuff, but yeah, today I was just, doing my little school stuff, school things, right? And then we did this thing called reading rotations, where we switch classes and then read books or do tech and stuff. Mine was the reading class, where we just read this book called Walk Along to Water. It's a good book, but today my teacher wasn't here, so we had to do an assessment test, like for what happened in the beginning all the way to the middle and the end, which we still haven't got to, so it was just the beginning and middle. But yeah, anyways, there was this one group of kids from the other class, right? And one of my friends, Dylan, he was in my class. He did the Charlie papers, right? And yeah, he said the lines, and he said the lines for it. The pencil actually moved on its own. Nobody was there to touch it. Seriously. I put that on my life, bro. I swear to God, it moved. It moved. If I'm not dead the next day, then if I'm not dead and I'm alive on Friday, then you guys know that I'm telling the truth. But seriously though, it moved on its own. Nobody even touched it or blew on it. So they did it. So they were like, no. One of y'all had to blow on it. So this time they walked up against the wall, right? And then they said it again, and I was like, what is going on? It moved. And then they said it again, right? It moved to yes again, except faster. And I'm like, what? And I said, what the? And then the teacher was like, and then the substitute was like, no, don't play those games. So she took the papers, right? But then it's like they told them which ones was yes and no and stuff. And then they said the lines again, right? And then it went to which part they said yes. Like, I swear, that thing never said no. The only time it did say no is if they would ask, like, are you my sibling or something. That's the only time it would say no, but he would say no. Sorry for the disrespect, but that's the only time he would say no. And then he's like, and then, like, I'm like, what the? It's actually moving. So they did it again at lunch, right? Except that this time I was like, hold on, so then I was sitting at the table, and then Dylan put like the straws into a cross, right? And then he was like, all right, Charlie, move the red straw if you're here, and then they said the lines again, right? Move the red straw. Except that the first time Damien blew on it, and then he did it again, but then they said it. Then my friend Isaac said it, and then it moved on its own. Nobody blew it or anything. And then we all tried to say that except for me, because I was terrified. And then they all tried to say it again, and then I was like, they all tried to say it again, and I was like, man. And then it didn't work. The only person it would work for was Isaac. So Isaac said it again, And then he was like, move the red straw if you're here, right? It moved. Nobody was there to blow it. And then we did it again. And then, well, they did it again, right? They did it again when the bell rang, right? And it was time for us to go line up. As soon as we left, I look at that straw and stuff. The red straw moves by its own. Nobody at the table. Then when we were in the playground, I seen everybody else gathered up who didn't believe that it was real. Who didn't believe that it was real, right? And then alright, whatever. And then like they who didn't believe it, except that it was only like some people. And then I was like, what's going on over here? And then they all did it. This time we used the papers. I was standing in the background, so I would not get possessed. But they said the lines, paper moved. Then they asked them something, except that this time the proctor came and they got it caught. And then they said,
all right, I have an important question for you. Can you make the sound of whirlwind?
And then they said it again, right? They said it again. And because I was like, Nathan, remember, you could use it without the papers, right? They did it without the papers. Move. And then they were like, what? And I'm like, I've been ran away, because I'm like, I ain't getting in trouble. I'm not getting a behavior note just for watching y'all play some Charly. So I walk away, going to go play a Crossfire game I always play. And then they say it again. And then they ask him a question this time, I don't know what, but then they all scream and run away. They all scream and run away with the pencils being flown over by the wind as soon as they ran. But yeah, but then they were like, so and then this time the proctors called them over, and then they were like, no, do not play that game. If y'all die, then don't blame it on us because y'all chose to. They said son like that. I don't know what they said, but they said son like that. And I'm like, I'm glad I went away, bro. I'm glad. And I'm like, but I can't believe that game is real. I was like, bro, I always thought that game was fake, like they were using a string or something, because I tried to do it in real life, right? But obviously wouldn't let me. And then some of my friends also did it, and it did not work. But the only reason why it worked this time is because my teacher draws something, like, he calls it a magic star, right? And then it's like one of those stars that you use to summon or lock up demons back where they came from and stuff. And then it's like, and then because he had it on the whiteboard, right? And then he has numbers around it, like like 6 candles. I don't know how many sides are in a star. Hold on, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was like, and then the numbers were like 5 candles for him to actually get summoned. So it's like he came through that star and then started moving the pencil and stuff, right? And then he would follow us everywhere we went, because that's how the game goes, right? And then like, it just gave me so much of the chills. And then at the end of lunch, the time, the teachers that were still there, they didn't talk to Dylan or the others that were there, but they talked about, like, they were telling them not to play that game and stuff. And then I'm like, yeah. And then Dylan's like, I ain't saying nothing. So we all were quiet. So me and the other people who seen it move, we all were quiet. We didn't say nothing about that game for the whole day. And then I'm like telling people that the game exists. And then there's a lot of people, including me, telling people that the game is real. And then they're like, no, it's not. And then I'm like, well, then come to the lunch area. They go to the lunch area. They go to, not after school, but like they come at the lunch area, right? All the people that I told, and they told, and then they were like, "Come on, let's listen to this. Let's look at this." And then as soon as they see that pencil move, they creeped out, bro. And now I'm like, oh my god. So my heart is racing, right? I'm like, no, that game is real, bro. But yeah, if you, I should have said this at the beginning of the video, my dumb self. But if you are scared of these things, then do not watch this video. I'll probably need to edit this, but yeah, do not watch this video.